Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 91 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. And today I am going to read to you an essay that I wrote back in, I believe, 2016, right around that time frame. It's called A Convoluted Yet Fully Reasoned Game. I actually had this posted on Facebook for some time before I deleted all of my essay posts on Facebook a while back. This was in part due to my position in the military at the time. And I wanted to not be drawing too much attention from my superiors or my subordinates for that matter. But here we go. It doesn't seem to matter how much of your imagined capacities you have the desire to unlock. The more you discover of the inner workings of human society, the more confused you become. When the black and white fades into shades of gray, your understanding breaks down to a few very basic principles, if even they can hold. And this is ultimately why the truly wise speak little, claim to know little, to include absolute truth in a specific sense, observe deeply, listen keenly, feel compassionately, and love unconditionally. What is true is ourselves. And what I mean by that, here's a tangent from the essay, is that you know that you exist. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am, as René Descartes said. If you claim that the black and white is not necessary any longer, you must understand what it means to let go. Attaching yourself to any imagined slight, no matter how morally justified, is polarizing, and merely another characterization of the constant struggle between the black and white. What is true is ourselves. Repetition for effect, many a time. What is true is that for which we stand. What is true is our mission. This is the battle we have chosen to fight. Some are broader than others, but ultimately, all are equally valid. What is true is ourselves. That you know you exist. The black and white is merely a staging ground. It is, in the most convoluted yet fully reasoned sense, a game. And what is most convoluted yet fully rooted in reason is the deepest of truths. It is peeling back the layers of the onion, figuring out the levels of abstraction. We ourselves are the most convoluted yet fully rooted in reason of all possible things in existence, for we are rooted in choice. For me, while I do love unconditionally, I am not wise, for I speak vividly, luridly, imaginatively, and oftentimes assumingly. While I claim to know little, I claim to know. While I observe deeply, I have difficulty retracing my steps so as to be able to explain such observations to others. That is, I might run 10 steps down a path of logic and not explain how I got those 10 steps down. While I listen keenly, I listen in an unhealthy light, unable to attach myself in the proper location in certain situations. While I feel compassionately, I frustrate easily. Though I know why I frustrate easily, I know why I have difficulty retracing my steps. I know why I listen in an unhealthy light. I frustrate easily due to the imbalance of this world and its gross contradiction to my mission, clearly stated to exalt the free will through unconditional love. I have difficulty retracing my steps, for I am trying to attain a truth that has been beyond reach. I listen in an unhealthy light due to my faith in humanity and inability to attach myself to their struggles. For I see all human beings as uniquely powerful, having infinite potential, though I fail to comprehend why they don't take this mantle. Now, what I can see from my past, as I have explained in many a video, with my PTSD and depression and all that, if nothing else, is an extreme exercise in learning empathy. These things that the rest of humanity has been dealing with for millennia, I now feel. In this life on Earth today, 2025 AD Gregorian, February 28th. Let us provide an example to tie this information together. For my intent is not to be opaque. A pop music icon, wildly popular, insanely wealthy, known throughout the world, produces satanic symbolism in their art, in all venues and in all aspects. Lady Gaga was who I was thinking of. Is this person evil? What is evil? The symbolism is taking a mantle that, if taken by a genuinely evil individual, could lead to endless suffering for the human family. But how do you determine they're evil if the only truth is ourselves? It is their actions. Symbolism is one thing. Purely words and imagery that, while they can become actions if enough momentum is put behind them, remain only as symbolism if that momentum is not perpetuated by falling victim to a hateful mentality. Perhaps they are charitable. Perhaps not. But if we can get to the root of why such an individual would produce satanic symbolism, we may further understand how deep the rabbit hole goes. This is hypothetical, but let us assume that if this person did not take the mantle of producing satanic symbolism, someone else would have ultimately done so. Someone else would be much more potent of a force that could truly wreak havoc upon the human family. There's a certain scene in the movie with Orlando Bloom in it. He goes to the Middle East. He's a baron, Jerusalem, Kingdom of Heaven. There we go. That's the name of the movie. There's a certain scene in that movie where one of the main antagonists finds the sister of Saladin and beheads her while she's in a garden. And he says something to the effect of, if I'm not me, somebody else will be. Or, being me, somebody has to. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. When your symbolism is requisite to your mission, your actions follow suit. And as your actions follow suit, the world fashions itself around your mission, which is your truth, which is who you are. This truth is reality, your distinct reality, and thus, by extension, everyone's reality. Let us use a simpler example, one to which we can mostly relate. An army general sends 10,000 soldiers to their deaths to take down a tyrannical regime. No one knows the evils which this regime has perpetrated other than a very small group of individuals. It is seen by the public as empire building. Is this right? Is this wrong? What is true is ourselves. Cogito ergo sum. We must ultimately come to our own decision on truth. This is a choice. And it is a choice that can only be adequately carried out if all information is provided. If all information is provided. If all information is provided. Which is to say, not manipulated. The Epstein flight logs. This is authenticity. And authenticity is only attained through the truth of self. One more. It is reasonable for soldiers to pose as journalists, or this is a question actually, to catch terrorists? There's still so much of each other that we cannot hear or see. We don't know if it's actually reasonable or not. What is true is ourselves. And in truth, ourselves is all we can know. Our perception of reality is all we can know. We cannot fully know the reality of any other individual, for it is distinctly their reality, their perception of it, their own unique layering of experiences that has led them to the point where they are today in the convergence of reality. That is to say, until we choose for these realities to be one. Until then, we play the game of black and white to try to get it so that we can see from each other's perspective. In this truth, or if this, in truth, is a game, what part are you playing? All right, guys. That's it for this one. Let me know what you think. Love y'all. Peace.